looking at you kids.
You had me to go up.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Bond.
This seems so
James Bond.
There's no place like home.
I'm gonna make him an offer down the field.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Untitled. This will be the last episode of a little bit because there's not really much to talk about for the Oscars going forward. But as always, with the season finales, we tend to like to do the Gone with the Wind awards. You guys voted on this, and now it's time to reveal the winners. But before that, I've got Dan here. Dan, how's it going?
Oh, hanging in there. Just had a week of crazy movie going after the Oscars, and now we get to give away our awards. So these are the awards that everybody that filled out their bracket, or their form, voting form. This is what you get. This is, if you didn't fill it out, tough luck. It's your fault that these movies won because you didn't vote, and if you wanted something different, tough luck.
Yeah. And we've also got Chris here. Chris, how's it going?
Good. Happy to be on first time on here. I think. I love the one. I was happy to see who won the awards here and such. Love John to win.
Yeah, but with that, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to run down, go from the third to the top. First, I'm going to say I'm going to do something different than the award shows don't normally do. Normally, they just announce the winner. I'm going to go what was third, then second, then announce the winner. So we're going to start off with the bottom or top of my page here, which was Best Visual Effects. So in third place, we had Top Gun Maverick. In second place, tied, we had Everything Everywhere All at Once and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. But our winner is Avatar: The Way of Water. But if I can get rid of that, Dan, what are your thoughts about Avatar: The Way of Water sort of winning this?
Looks like our voters for the Gone with the Wind awards were right on with the Academy Awards. Everybody was on the same page, which I'm glad to see. I think it was the most visually stunning movie of the year, and it deserved our visual effects as well as the Academy Award.
And Chris, what are your thoughts about Avatar winning the Gone with the Wind award for visual effects?
It's the film that deserved the award the most. I think it was the most stunning film I saw last year visually, and yeah, it deserved our award, and it deserved one at the Academy Awards. So great choice.
Moving on to Stunt Ensemble. In third place for Stunt Ensemble is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Actually tied with Triple R. In second place, we had Everything Everywhere All at Once. But our winner for Stunt Ensemble is Top Gun Maverick. Chris, what are your thoughts about Top Gun Maverick winning our Stunt Ensemble award?
This is one of the more impressive stunt ensemble. Maybe it is, especially for dark fight style and everything. Yeah, perfect choice for this.
And then what are your thoughts about Top Gun Maverick taking out Stunt Ensemble?
Well, everybody, a lot of people, they're flying jets. That's not stunts. Yes, it is. I mean, those people have to do those stunts. They have to fly those maneuvers and make it look real. And then the actors have to be in the back seat with this new technology and all this. There's a lot of stunt work that went into Top Gun Maverick. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if the Academy Awards had Stunt Ensemble that this wouldn't win, because this is very, very good stunt work by the men and women of Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah. And I will say for both of those last two awards, the winners got about over 50% of the vote, so they were pretty decisive there. There's definitely going to be some categories coming up in which is really close, but the next one is not one of those. It's Best Original Song. In third place was Carolina from Where the Crawdads Sing. Second place was Hold My Hand and Lift Me Up from Top Gun Maverick and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, respectively. But our winner is Natu Natu from Triple R. Dan, what are your thoughts about Natu Natu winning Best Original Song?
You know what, we once again we match up with the Academy Awards. Our voters are smart. They know the best song of the year. First of all, it's this dance fight scene in the middle of the movie. It's a huge sequence in the movie, and it's a great sequence and a great song. And I'm glad our voters ended up going with Natu Natu. I love the movie, I love the song, and I couldn't help but be dancing to it myself after I have seen the movie and months later. So it's well deserving of our award.
Yeah. And Chris, what are your thoughts about Natu Natu winning the Gone with the Wind award for the original song?
Once again, the right choice. One more incredibly impressive song that gets stuck in your head for days on end. Still gets stuck in my head for now today. Thank you for now getting stuck back in my head for a great choice.
But moving on to a category which was actually pretty close between the top two. But in third place, we had John Williams with from the Fabelmans. In second place was Michael Giacchino from the Batman. But our winner for Best Original Score is Justin Hurwitz from Babylon. Chris, what are your thoughts about Justin Hurwitz winning original score for Babylon?
This is the award that the movie only deserved. I think Babylon wrote okay a point with some good aspects to it, but this is the best thing about it besides some of the acting. This is the right word to get to Babylon.
Dan, what are your thoughts about Justin Hurwitz from Babylon winning a score?
Yeah, I would have probably gotten one more right on my Academy Award predictions if Justin Hurwitz had actually won the Academy Award, because I had predicted this in multiple pools that I was in, and one of the pools that I got 20 right, I still got this wrong. And so the Gone with the Wind awards do justice for Justin Hurwitz for Babylon. Even though I love the Batman score, this score is just, you can't help but love the score, and it's a great score, and it's part of the movie. It's like part of the marketing. It's part of everything that you know about Babylon. Whether you like the movie or not, this is absolutely one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah, and I'll say the Batman and Babylon, they were separated by only one vote. Like, there's only one vote between them. So,
oh, wow, that's crazy, Malcolm.
Moving on to Best Sound. In third place, tied, we had All Quiet on the Western Front and the Batman. Second place was Nope. But our winner for Best Sound? I had it here. Anyway, it's Top Gun Maverick. I'm just trying to find where it sound disappeared off to. Did I not? Anyway, the winner of Best Sound is Top Gun Maverick. I don't know what happened to my graphic I had for that. Either I didn't put it in here, I don't know. But Dan, what are your thoughts about Top Gun Maverick winning Best Sound?
Another category where our voters match with the Academy Awards. We got some smart voters for the Gone with the Wind Awards. I give them a lot of credit. And that jet sounds and that stuff, it just sounded amazing. So I very well deserved.
And Chris, what are your thoughts about Top Gun Maverick winning Best Sound?
Once again, great choice. One of my favorite stage experience. Hearing this down on the screen was just like, that felt like it was in the movie. It's a great choice.
But moving on to Best Makeup and Hairstyling, and I will say this is probably one that was really all over the place with the voters. But in third place, tied, we had Elvis and the Whale. In second place was the Batman, but our winner for Best Makeup and Hairstyling was Everything Everywhere All at Once. Chris, what are your thoughts about Everything Everywhere All at Once winning Best Makeup?
Interesting. I love the movie. Makeup doesn't come first in my head, but it's a very great choice either way. But yeah, it's a great choice. Like, I had to think about that for a little bit, but love the movie still.
But Dan, what are your thoughts about Everything Every All at Once winning Best Makeup and Hairstyling?
Well, I think what people are voting this for, why they were voting for this, is like the different looks of Jobu Dupaki and the hot dog hands and various kind of multiversal versions of the characters. Maybe that's where why people thought there was a lot of makeup and hairstyling in here. I don't know. I mean, it's shocking that both the Whale and Elvis were in third place, not even closer. That's very surprising to me.
Yeah, same with Batman. I thought the Colin Farrell making makeup would have got the final.
I mean, like as I said with when we were talking about the Oscars for this, like but the way I'm actually not overly surprised it didn't sort of win. It's because the makeup for the Whale is primarily just Brendan Fraser, but for the other ones, like there's a whole bunch of other different makeup and hairstyling effects in that movie. It's not just reliant on one person's fat suit, so to speak. But the next category we have is costume design. And in third place, we had Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Second place was Everything Everywhere All at Once. And just by another one where it's just separated by one vote, it went to Elvis. Dan, what are your thoughts about Elvis winning costume?
Another category, if I would have went to Elvis at the Academy Awards, I would have got another category right in my voting pool. I thought this is the rightful win, should have been the rightful winner of costumes, in my opinion. I think recreating all those Elvis costumes throughout history and all that stuff is a feat, an absolute feat. So the Gone with the Wind Awards does justice for Elvis in costumes, which the Academy got wrong. So, in my opinion, so I'm happy to see this.
And Chris, what are your thoughts about Elvis winning
Elvis.
costume?
Yeah, I love it. I see Elvis for a good movie, not a great movie. I think the costume is one of the best things about it besides lead performance. But yeah, this is the right award player. Would have got either gone with it or Black Panther Wakanda Forever. But good choice.
Yeah, and it's one of those ones like I do when it comes to Black Panther. It's one of those ones like I do agree for winning costume at the Oscars, but it's one of all the ones that were nominated in either the Gone with the Wind Awards or here were all good in my opinion. But anyway, moving on to production design. In third place, we've got Glass Onion. In second place was Avatar: The Way of Water. But our winner for production design was Babylon. Chris, what are your thoughts about Babylon winning production design?
This is a good choice. Like these were all three good choices, but Babylon, I would also say, is incredible with its production design. The talking scene, and then when they shooting the film was set, was especially that production design really impressive. But yeah, once again, one of the few good things about Babylon. Good choice.
Dan, what are your thoughts about Babylon winning production design?
Well, once again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but if this had won the Academy Award, I would have went 23 for 23 in my predictions in one of my pools, but it didn't win, and that's sad. But I mean, how can you not? My thing is the Gone with the Wind Awards. I'm glad our voters are getting some of these characters, these categories right, in my opinion, because Babylon's production design was incredible. That first scene, that whole party scene, and then the whole movie set scene where you're making 5 or 6 different movies at the same time, and then just everything else, the cars and the houses and everything that all the different locations. I mean, how can you not think that production design is great? I mean, I don't know how they picked All Quiet on the Western Front over Babylon. I just don't know.
I mean, I think with All Quiet, I think because I think the way they managed to depict a war which wasn't really a pretty war to look at in the first place, I think that's kind of might have come into play as well. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Got film editing. A three-way tie for third place. We had Elvis, Glass Onion, and Babylon. Second place was Top Gun Maverick, but our winner for best film editing is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Dan, what are your thoughts about Everything Everywhere winning editing?
Well, once again, the Gone with the Wind Awards, we get it right. Academy Awards and Gone with the Wind match up. I had a whole big old with Trevor, big old discussion with Trevor about this because I thought it was going to go to Top Gun. I thought Top Gun had a better editing, but I ended up changing my mind when I did one of my pools later on. So I was glad I changed my mind and went with All Quiet on the Western Front. But it did win the Academy Award and Gone with the Wind Award. So, hey, it deserves it.
Chris, what are your thoughts about Everything Everywhere winning best film editing?
I love Everything Everywhere All in One. I think the editing is really good. More impressed when we watch, like the way they just handle all the multiverse stuff into one film. Yeah, I agree. Love this film. Perfect choice. Yeah.
But moving on to best cinematography, in third place was All Quiet on the Western Front. In second place was The Banshees of Inisherin and The Batman Tide. But in first place, righting the wrong from the Academy Awards is Top Gun Maverick. Chris, what are your thoughts about Top Gun Maverick winning best cinematography?
Once again, three great choices here. Would have been tough for either Batman this, but I love Top Gun. Cinematography is stunning, especially in the last half hour of the movie. Yeah, great choice.
And Dan, what are your thoughts about Top Gun Maverick winning best cinematography?
Yeah. I just what a round of applause for the Gone with the Wind voters for voting Top Gun Maverick for cinematography, righting the wrong, like Malcolm said, of the Academy Awards. This should have been nominated for the Academy Award. What the heck? I don't understand what was going on in the cinematography branch, but good job, voters.
But moving on to best ensemble. In third place, we've got Glass Onion. In second place, we've got The Banshees of Inisherin. But our winner for ensemble is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Dan, what are your thoughts about Everything Everywhere winning best ensemble?
Well, yeah. Are there bigger ensembles? Are there films that have a lot more actors in them? Sure. But are there films that have a group of actors that are more memorable than this group of actors? No. You got James Hong. You got Jamie Lee Curtis. You got Stephanie Hsu, you got Michelle Yeoh, you got Jamie Lee Curtis, you got Ki-hee Kwan. I mean, that grouping of actors is probably the most memorable ensemble all year long. So, once again, round of applause to the Gone with the Wind of voters for getting ensemble correct.
And Chris, what are your thoughts about Everything Everywhere winning best ensemble?
This is the perfect ensemble where the film allowed everybody a moment to shine in the film, including the guy from Leah. I always forget his name, a bunch of other people in it. Ensemble everywhere is amazing. Like, perfect choice. My favorite film of last year.
But moving on to the next category, which is best documentary. And this is one of those ones we've got a few ties. But tied for third place, we've got All the Beauty and the Bloodshed and Goodnight Oppie. In second place was Fire of Love and The Volcano Rescue from Fakari. But our winner for best documentary is Moon Age Daydream. But Chris, what are your thoughts about Moon Age Daydream winning best documentary?
Sadly, I have not seen it, but I love documentaries. But this got my interest. I think Dan will have more to say on this.
Dan, what are your thoughts about Moon Age Daydream winning best documentary?
Oh my God, this is so. I've been praising the Gone with the Wind of voters for so many of these categories, and this time I think they got it wrong. I mean, I just think all the beauty and the bloodshed, Fire of Love, and either one of those are better than this documentary. Moon Age, Daydream, it just looks like, I know it's archival footage and there's stuff in there. But I just didn't think it was the best documentary that could have won our award. And even Navalny, which it's not even in the top 3, doesn't even get a vote here. I mean, where's Navalny, people? I mean, at least that's a political statement you could have made there, like the Academy.
I will say Navalny did get 1 vote. Yeah, no, look, this is one of those ones. The documentary is a really even spread. Honestly, it was like only 2 votes that separated like the second place from the winner. So it was like it was just so spread out. But moving on to one that wasn't so spread out, best foreign language film. In 3rd place, Decision to Leave. In 2nd place was All Quiet on the Western Front. But our winner for best foreign language film is Triple R.
There we go.
Chris, what are your thoughts about Triple R winning foreign language?
The writing of one of the Academy Award, this film should have been nominated for best foreign film. Like, I get the country decided to have another film, but this is a phenomenal film. Great use of language, both English and the foreign language, and yeah, great choice.
I mean, yeah, I'll correct you there. It's more rephrasing. It's the wrong of India for not putting it forward to in the first place.
Yeah.
But Dan, what are your thoughts about Triple R winning best foreign language film?
Yeah, we don't have those antiquated rules where you can have one film from each country or any of that kind. You just vote for what you want, and our voters obviously showed what their favorite foreign language film was, or film of international film was, and that was RR. And it should have definitely been nominated for Best Picture or something, because it would have really shown people that maybe the way they do the Best International Feature maybe it should be tweaked a little bit.
Same thing with I'll say, I'm happy we also nominated in the scene in 3rd place. Decision Leave, another good foreign language movie. Not a lot of people saw.
Yeah, I mean,
I love it. Go ahead,
I mean, I think it's a case of, I think India thought Triple R was going to do better at the Oscars, so that's probably why they didn't sort of submit it for foreign language. I don't know, whatever their reason was. But moving on to best animated feature, in 3rd place you had Turning Red. In 2nd place was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. But our winner for best animated feature, lining up for the Oscars, is Del Toro's Pinocchio. Chris, what are your thoughts about Del Toro's Pinocchio winning animated?
I like this movie a lot. I don't entirely agree with the win, but a film I do like, I respect more than love, but I do like the film a lot. It's my 2nd, 3rd favorite the animated film behind Puss in Boots and Marcel. So still a good choice.
And Dan, what are your thoughts about Del Toro's Pinocchio winning animated?
Yeah, I mean, this is clearly the best animated film of the year. I mean, I liked all the Academy Awards nominated ones. I like the ones that the Gone with the Wind people with 3rd, 2nd, and so forth. But this is an achievement in filmmaking, not just animation filmmaking, and it deserves it. So good job, Gone with the Wind voters.
But moving on to original screenplay, in 3rd place we had Tar. In 2nd place we had The Banshees of Inisherin. But our winner for original screenplay is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Chris, what are your thoughts about Everything Everywhere winning original screenplay?
Love Everything Everywhere All at Once. Tough tie between that and Banshee, but yeah, great choice. Like, great screenplay, some of the really good monologue, and a bunch of stuff in the film.
And Dan, what are your thoughts about Everything Everywhere winning original screenplay?
Well, we all know how much I love about the Banshees of Inisherin, and so it's sad to see that finish 2nd. But obviously, lining up at the Academy Awards is Everything Everywhere All at Once. So there's obviously a love for the script and the screenplay by the Daniels for that movie, and it's just been killing it in the Gone with the Wind Awards. So once again, congratulations.
Moving on to adapted screenplay, and also we had a tie for first place, but in third place we've got All Quiet on the Western Front. In second place, we had Glass Onion, but our winners is Top Gun Maverick and Women Talking. Dan, what are your thoughts about Top Gun Maverick and Women Talking both winning
Well, I mean,
adapted screenplay?
when Women Talking matches up with the Academy Award, so I'm glad we had enough people that had the sense to vote for that. But I mean, the script isn't the strongest part of Top Gun Maverick. I don't get why people would be voting for this script. I don't understand. But hey, they speak and we answer by showing them what the winners are. So this is what we're here for, right, Malcolm?
And Chris, what are your thoughts about Women Talking and Top Gun Maverick both winning an adapted screenplay?
I love Top Gun. Not the screenplay drawing point. It was most about the Glass Onion Women Talking time, but Women Talking is a great script, and I'm happy got the award it got at the Academy Award film. That's the more recognition.
But moving on to Best Director, in third place we got Joseph Kosinski for Top Gun and James Cameron for Avatar. Steven Spielberg was second for The Fabelmans, but our winner for Best Director is the Daniels for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Dan, what are your thoughts about the Daniels winning Best Director?
This is a no-brainer. You saw this coming a mile away. Every category with Everything Everywhere All at Once, almost every category. So it'd be crazy if everything did. If they win screenplay, they didn't win director. I'm guessing Best Picture is going to be them as well. They already got Ensemble, so this is a no-brainer. It's just a foregone conclusion that it's going to win Best Picture for our Gone with the Wind Awards. But once again, it matches up with the Academy Awards, so we're doing pretty good.
Yep. But moving on to and Chris, what are your thoughts about the Daniels winning Best Director?
Great choice. Great choice. Love their directing this movie. Yeah. The perfect choice. Yeah.
But moving on to Best Young Actor / Actress, in third place was Frankie Corio for After Sun. In second place was Gabriel LaBelle for The Fabelmans. But our winner for Best Young Actor is Jenna Ortega from The Fallout. Chris, what are your thoughts about Jenna Ortega winning Young Actor?
This was a film that, with that screen within the same month, introduced me to Jenna Ortega. But yeah, she was phenomenal. This film I bet they had put it more into award campaign rather than just the Emmys. But yeah, great choice. She is a amazing actress, deserves the award.
But Dan, what are your thoughts about Jenna Ortega winning Young Actor?
Well, the fact of the matter is, I wasn't the biggest fan of The Fallout, and the other fact of the matter is, this is a TV movie, so it shouldn't have been in this category. She shouldn't have been in this category. But hey, I'm not the one who does all this stuff. Malcolm's the one who does it. So whatever Malcolm says, Malcolm, it goes. So I guess Jenna Ortega wins. That's what am I supposed to sit here? I can't really argue with what Malcolm decides. So he's the boss when it comes to this.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those ones. TV movies are still movies. Like, I'm not going to judge. I mean, but moving on to supporting actress. In third place, we had Lashana Lynch for The Woman King. In second place was definitely Zoo for Everything Everywhere All at Once. But our winner of supporting actress is Angela Bassett from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. She did the thing. Dan, what are your thoughts about Angela Bassett taking out Best Supporting Actress?
Wow. I mean, I guess a lot of people would say we right it or wrong. The Gone with the Wind Awards right it or wrong here. I, on the other hand, say I think Jamie Lee did a great job in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and she deserved that award. I mean, it would have been nice if it was a tie, if it was Stephanie Hsu and Jamie Lee Curtis. That would have been nice, And then, but obviously the Gone with the Wind Awards voters spoke, and we listened, and Angela Bassett and her very, very good performance ended up pulling it out. So congratulations.
And Chris, what are your thoughts about Angela Bassett winning Best Supporting Actress?
I would agree that Mighty One, I think there were so many great performances this year in Best Supporting Actress. This is still a pretty good win for Angela Bassett. She was phenomenal Black Panther for Wakanda Forever. Even though she wasn't in a lot, she deserved it at least. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing that, like, when I was watching the votes sort of pour in, was at one point I was trying to update this, but then voting forms kept on still coming in. But one thing that surprised me is the fact that both Terry Condon and Jamie Lee Curtis were kind of really left out the dance. Like, they kind of only got one vote, and then like they just. But moving on to one that really isn't as close, but it's supporting actor. In tied for third place, you had Paul Dano, Nicholas Hoult, Brad Pitt, Barry Keoghan, and Brendan Gleeson all tied for third place. In second place was Tom Hanks and Elvis. But in first place, very overwhelmingly, is Ke Huy Quan for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Chris, what are your thoughts about Ke Huy Quan winning supporting actor?
I am so happy he won, not Tom Hanks. Yeah, like a lot of Tom Hanks and all, but Elvis, ouch. Yeah, but a lot of good play stuff around. Yeah, King Kong was amazing. Everything everywhere at once. That's what the award I wanted to see win the most at the Academy Award. Everyone here too. Best performance of last year.
And Dan, what are your thoughts about Ke Huy Quan getting supporting actor?
Yeah, I mean, this. I'm glad once again that the Gone with the Wind voters matched up with the Academy Awards. Everybody was giving it to Ke Huy Quan this year. It was well deserved, and that moment at the end of the Academy Awards where he's hugging Harrison Ford was like a priceless moment. MasterCard, priceless. But hey, that movie has been killing it in our awards. It killed it at the Academy Awards, so it's obviously a very well liked movie, and he's a very well liked actor, so he deserves it.
And I will say it was very overwhelmingly Ke Huy Quan because he got 66% of the votes.
That's good.
It was one of those ones like there's quite a few which came up that's like really close. Like, I have no idea which way this is going. Like, supporting actor was the only one was like, yeah, I figured it's safe to say that that's not going anywhere else.
Nicholas Hoult, that's a surprising one, but I like that he mentioned the best.
I think a lot of people loved him in the menu. He was just kind of a little bit wacky in the menu.
Oh yeah, I mean it's one of those ones. But moving on to lead actor, in third place we had Gabriel Abel for The Fabelmans. In second place we had Austin Butler for Elvis. But in first place we had Brendan Fraser for The Whale. Dan, what are your thoughts about Brendan Fraser taking out Best Lead Actor?
Yeah, man, I'm so glad Gone with the Wind Awards got this right, because I would not have been a happy camper if I saw someone else win this award. I think Brendan Fraser was the best actor all year. He deserved it. I mean, there was nobody else. I mean, Austin Butler was good in Elvis. There's no doubt about it. But this performance that he gave, he deserved it. And the fact that the Gone with the Wind voters matched up with the Academy Awards and the SAG, and so that type of stuff really resonates with me as far as our voters are really smart.
And Chris, what are your thoughts about Brendan Fraser winning lead actor?
Yeah, he deserved this. He was my favorite male performance for last year. I think Colin Farrell and were close second, but yeah, this was the more impressive performance of last year. Regardless of how I feel about the whole movie in general, it was deserving the award, and we got it right here.
Yeah, I mean it's. And the lead actor was definitely one of the most spread out categories. Like, there's so much even spread in this. But moving on to lead actress, in third place, we had Viola Davis and Naomi Ackie tied. In second place was Kate Blanchett for Tar, but our winner for lead actress is Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Once again, lining up for the Oscars. Chris, what do you thought about Michelle Yeoh winning lead actress?
One of my favorite performers last year that I love, and she deserved all the awards she got. She was amazing in this film. I can't wait to see where she goes next. Been a fan of Michelle Yeoh for a long time.
And Dan, what do you thought about Michelle Yeoh winning lead actress?
I'm so happy for her. The Academy Award, but also the Gone with the Wind Award. It matches up the SAG Award. We're such a prestigious awards, Malcolm, that we're matching up with the Academy Awards so much in so many of these categories. And maybe if Kate Blanchett didn't say that she didn't want to win awards, she might have won. Who knows?
I mean, it really wasn't close. Like Michelle Yeoh had it over 50% of the votes, so it wasn't even close. But moving on to Best Picture, tied for third place was Avatar: The Way of Water, Hustle, Banshees of Inisherin, and Top Gun: Maverick. In second place was The Fabelmans. But our winner for Best Picture is La La Land. No, it's Everything Everywhere All at Once. I should have gone for something like Morbius or something as a joke, but it's too late now. But Dan, what do you thought about Everything Everywhere winning Best Picture?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to see what the final tallies of all the awards, Everything Everywhere, got at the end of this, Malcolm. But we're just mirroring the Academy Awards so much. Our voters are so smart. They obviously love this movie as much as the Academy voters and all the critics, which I'm a part of a critics body and all over the country. And this is clearly the best movie of the year. When so many people get behind your movie and so many people, it didn't matter what branch it was winning awards, critics branch, actors branch, producer branch, whatever, writers branch. It was winning awards, So why not the Gone with the Wind voters? We've been championing this film all year, basically. And I'm so happy that it finally won. And I want to kind of find out some of the final stats once we're done here talking with Malcolm. Malcolm can run down some of these stats on how popular this film really was with the Gone with the Wind voters. But Chris, you go first.
I love this film. I've been championing this I saw it in April. And let's see, I remember walking in, blown away, then I saw it again and see it and loved it more. Like, it's been my favorite movie last year, but still my favorite movie last year, all the way to the end of the year. Like, yeah, it's a great choice.
But yeah, just while you guys was actually going down, out of that, I think it was 23 awards, but Everything Everywhere took out 9 of the it won 9. But yeah, it won 9. It was nominated. Yeah, so when it comes to our most nominated movies that we had, like Everything Everywhere was our most nominated, 14 nominations. It got 9 out of that 14. And Top Gun Maverick was second most nominated, but they only took out 3. Triple R took out 2, which I believe was the 2 out of the 3 it was nominated for. I don't think there's really any. Babylon took out 2. But yeah, so Everything Everywhere got 2 more than the Oscars, but I think the 2 won here. The Oscars don't even have a category for yet.
Ensemble and
I actually know because it got an award that they didn't. Yeah, they got 9 awards. But yeah, so yeah, it's one of those ones like it's clear that Everything Everywhere is one of those movies which just resonated with everyone this awards season. And it's definitely going to be interesting to see what this new award season does, because one thing the award season has proven over the last few years, it doesn't matter if your movie came out in January or December. it's got as much of a chance as anything to be nominated. It was like everything ever came out February last year.
No,
Yeah,
March.
it was either
March.
February.
March.
It was around, I knew it was around there, but so it for it to keep stay in that public consciousness for like the whole year, just to keep in the minds, like it's just one of those ones that is just an incredible feat. But then making me for new online.
Yeah, just to go off of what you said real quick, Malcolm. I mean, Silence of the Lambs came out in February. Casablanca came out early. The Godfather came out early. Those are all great, great, great films, and films that are considered some of the greatest films of all time. It doesn't matter. Coda premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January and went the distance and won it all. So March isn't as far as some of the months. Yes, sometimes films come out in November or December, like you said, Malcolm. It just what resonates with people. And I'm telling you, I think you can have a lot of movies that are coming out early this year that are going to have a shot at Best Picture next year. Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Air, Past Lives. These films are going to be movies that are going to be coming out in the next couple of months. That's very, very early. So you're going to have another early potential winner. Barbie's coming out in July. So you don't know when the movies are going to. It all depends what resonates with the people that vote for these awards, and sometimes they come out early, sometimes they come out later. Your strategies as studios can backfire on you. Like it kind of in a way backfired on All Quiet on the Western Front. Netflix didn't even know what they had until they started winning a bunch of awards and people started nominating them for stuff. If they would have put this movie out in like October, maybe it would have caught on a little bit better with voters, and who knows what would have happened with All Quiet. Instead they waited to the last minute, and it took a while for it to catch on, and by that time it was too late. So you just never know where these strategies come in and what films are going to catch on with the public consciousness. And I'm hearing a lot, Malcolm, I'm hearing a lot of really good buzz around Air right now, and I'm seeing Air next week, so I cannot wait for that. But you can always find me at Dan Skip Allen on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Letterboxd, or some variation of my DP Skip Allen or From the Fourth Row or whatever. But also I'm a film critic in Orlando, Florida. I write for two websites, FromTheFourthRow.com, which you see right there, and DisappointmentMedia.com. And I got to make sure everybody knows I was on the last 2 months, January and February, of Picture This. We're talking about the Godfather trilogy. So we did 1972 and 1974. And after they do the Academy Awards in March, we're going to do 1990. So keep your ears and eyes open for my newest episode of Picture This, where we discuss the films of 1990.
I mean, if it wasn't for air, none of us would be alive, because we all need air to survive. So I don't know why the buzz about ears just started now, because we all needed it. But Chris, we can be find you online.
Yeah, you find me anywhere favorite YouTube on Letterboxd. I just posted my rating for Dungeons and Dragons. I just started to see it yesterday. And anywhere else. Yeah, and look at the facts. Hurt Locker came out in May 2009 and won Best Picture. Like, anything is possible at this point with Best Picture winner. Like, and yeah, look forward to whatever come out this year. Like, yeah, looking forward to a bunch of films. I am definitely looking forward to.
Yeah. And you can find me on Tape 3 hosting Rankin every Sunday. Next week we're doing top 12 DC TV shows. And you can also find me I'm popping up on the Movie Hero Network on Tournament Fights this week for Stephen Shepard's Top 128 Movies Championship. And I'm pretty much all over the place. Wherever there's trivia, tournaments, and all that happening, I'll be around.
Malcolm, can I say something real quick? Before we leave, this isn't the end of Gone with the Wind. We're going to be back. We're going to take a little bit of a break. Malcolm, we've been doing this for quite a while. Are we coming back? Are you going to because have you done your top 10 films of 2022 yet, Malcolm? Have you done that already?
I mean, I always do my top 10 film. That's usually the first ranking I do. So,
Okay. All right. So that's
Yeah.
already out of the way. We're not going to do that because in the past on Gone with the Wind, we've done our top 10 films. Okay. That's fine. So there won't be a top 10 films of 2022 episode of Gone with the Wind, but we're going to take some time off. Maybe we'll do an episode. What do you think, Malcolm? Doing early predictions like in the summer or something like that or something?
yeah. I mean, it's one of those like I don't know when we're coming back. I'm probably going to do some sort of planning stuff and figure out what we can do. Is whether we do early predictions, I don't know. But yeah, I'll just give a quick shout out because I just saw that he was watching. Where Jordan Anderson watching too is upset that Banshee's got second place for Ensemble, but it is what it is. But until next time, we'll see you at the movies. And yeah, here and time to go out. I'll find something to just do a transition-y thing.